out the window again. She didn't want to hear Little Blue Pigeon. She got her wish. Before Pidge could begin, there was a flash of lightning, followed by a loud clap of thunder. "We'd better put these windows down," Mr. Earhart said. "Stand out in the aisle, girls." The two men put down the heavy train windows. The porter was also busy closing windows. Soon the coach felt hot and airless. "You're a tall girl, Amelia," Mr. Wiggins said as he stepped back in the aisle, "and you stand as straight as a soldier, just like your papa." "I was 7 years old last month," Amelia said proudly, "on July 24th. Pidge is only 3.5. I'm going to stay with Grandma and Grandpa and start school in Atchison." "I'm going to stay too," Pidge echoed. "Why, that's fine." Mr. Wiggins waved goodbye and started down the aisle. Rain started to spatter against the windows. The sky grew even darker. "It's almost as dark as night," Amelia thought. "I don't like storms," she said aloud. "Me neither," Pidge said. "Suppose there's a storm when we're at Grandma's." Amelia put her hand into her papa's. "I'd better go to California with you." "But school will begin before we come back," Mama said, "and you won't want to miss that. Think what a big girl you are, starting school." "I don't care. I want to go with you. I'll miss you and Papa too much." "Why, Amelia, you'll have such fun at Grandma's," said Papa. "You and Pidge would get tired traveling. It's a long trip. I have to go on business, and I want Mama to see California." "I want to see California too," Pidge said. "You and Amelia can both see California when you're older," Papa said. "I'd rather see it now," Amelia said. "I don't want to stay in Atchison." "Grandma's house is big and cool in summer," Mama reminded her. "And remember how you liked to play in the old barn," Papa added. Another bright flash of lightning lit up the dark sky. There was another deep roar of thunder, and rain poured against the windows. The train seemed to sway on the track. Pidge began to sob. "I don't like this, Mama." Her mother put her arm around the little girl. "There's too much lightning," Amelia said. "Will we have an accident?" "Oh, I don't think so," Papa said. "You mustn't be afraid, Amelia. Remember, our family always tries to be brave." "But I'm not really brave, Papa. I'm afraid of lightning." Amelia hid her face against her father's shoulder. "My father told me about a great storm like this. He had to travel through it when he came to Kansas before I was born," Papa said calmly. "He and Grandma came in a covered wagon all the way from Pennsylvania with 11 children." Amelia had never heard this story. "I'll bet they were scared." "Yes, they were. But pioneers had to face danger. They learned to be brave. That day the rain came down so hard it soaked the canvas and leaked into their wagon. It was cold and the wind almost a gale. The horses couldn't see to walk. They had to sit in the rain and wait for the storm to pass." "Couldn't they get under a big tree?" Amelia asked. "No, they didn't dare do that, because if lightning had struck the tree, it might have fallen on them. That night they had only a cold supper of leftover cornbread. There was no dry firewood to build a fire. Even their beds in the wagon were wet." Amelia forgot about the storm. She forgot about the flashes of lightning and crashes of thunder. She thought only about her grandfather and grandmother traveling from Pennsylvania in a covered wagon. "I wish I'd been a pioneer. I'd like to travel in a covered wagon." "Why, you can be a pioneer, Amelia," Papa said. "The world is very big. There will always be new things to do, but you must be brave enough to do them, and courage is something you learn each day." Amelia was quiet for a few minutes. She watched the rain on the windows run down in little rivers of water. She watched the lightning. It lit up the whole sky as it flashed. She listened for the loud rumble of thunder that followed. As they passed a farm, she saw a man driving his cows back to a barn for shelter. "He isn't afraid to be out in the storm," she thought, "and a pioneer girl wouldn't have been frightened. She wouldn't even have minded her papa and mama leaving her for a trip." Aloud, she said, "I don't think I'll be so afraid of lightning again."